Going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Getting this thing situated and set up and stuff like that. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. I've got a nice one for you today. So if you hopping on here, right, if you hop on there, you happen to be watching the recording and you hop on, I'm going to fast forward about 2 minutes or so as I come through and I greet a couple of people that are hopping on and saying hello and acknowledging folks and stuff like that. But when you hop on here, let me know who you are and where you signing in from. Of course, you know I am here in the sunny Dallas, Texas. I think we got 80s today. It's feeling good outside. It's actually not bad. I'm enjoying myself. So they decided to give me a truck with AC, so I'm not suffering too bad. So, but I hope y'all having a wonderful day. What's going on, Ben? How you doing, man? Great to see you hopping on, bro. Got a nice one for you all today that I definitely know is gonna resonate well with you as soon as you get to thinking about the direction I want to take you today. So if you give me a minute, I'll give about 1 more minute, give a couple of people a chance to hop on. It says it's building my audience right now, so I'm gonna let a couple of folks hop on. My boy Marcus Washington, what's up, man? Great to see you, bro. Hope you checked out the live in the group, man. I threw that one on there. You chilling? Man, I'd be asleep if I was you, especially if I worked overnight, but good to know you chilling, man. I'm working, like always, grinding. So I got about 1 more minute and I hop on this thing and greet some more folks, man. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, man. Marcus, I hope you're not stuck on the side of the road again, dude, are you? Every time I talk to you, man, just about every time I do a live in this particular spot that I'm sitting in, something has happened to your work truck. But once you hop on, just let me know where you hopping on. He said you checked it out, bro. Funny. You was about, oh yeah, I was, bro. She was about to get it. She scared the mess out of me. But go ahead. Let's see. It's about that time. So we're going to hop on, get things rocking today. Oh, you at the shop? Good news. Get things hopping today. So the title for today, my message for today is how will you respond? How will you respond? And I want to keep it in perspective. First of all, I want to give credit because I actually heard this message on from D-Man on Doug Firebo's podcast. I listened to his podcast. If you don't know who Doug Firebo is, he's a very highly respected in the marketing in the industry. That is when I first began listening to podcasts instead of music in my car, he helped me. A lot of his podcasts helped me develop my mindset into more of a business aspect of the way I think and stuff like that. So the credit goes to this from a story that I heard from D-Man on the Doug Firebo podcast. So just throwing out there where credit is due to that gentleman. I appreciate that call. I really do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tag him just so you could, Doug Firebo, when you watch this, I just want to say thank you for the great value that you put out there. And I really appreciate it. It's impacted my life and my business. I want to say thank you very much. So I just want to throw that out there to you, D-Man, and the other young lady that hosts the call with you. So just a thumbs up to you. I really appreciate it. If you can hear me well, and I'm about to bring you some great news, especially like I said, and I'm gonna go into a little bit more details of where I want to take this story that I'm gonna start off with. There's a button at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. I ask that you share this thing out. Get a couple more people that you know that may need to hear this message. A lot of the tips that I give, that if you find them valuable, you know I love to bring that fire for you to be able to help you grow your business. All right, so Sean, what's going on, man? Appreciate you hopping on here. So what I mean by, I'm gonna start off with a story that I heard from D-Man on Doug Firebo. And what happened was, it was a man that was with his daughter, and his daughter came home and she was very upset about something that frustrated her, got her so upset. And what happened, he, instead of kind of talking to her, he sat her down, he took her to the kitchen and he sat her down at the table. And he made 3 pots of water. And he put them all on the stove, turned them up high. And when he turned them up high, he was going to make boiling water. In each one, he said 3 things. He said an egg in one, he put a potato in another, and then he put coffee beans in the other. Now, some of y'all may have heard this story. If you haven't, pay close attention to this. Now, as he began to talk to his daughter, he saw the frustration, and she kind of explained to him what was going on and talked to him and stuff like that. And then she asked, Dad, why are you boiling all this stuff? What are you doing? And it made no sense to her. He said, well, after about 10 minutes of the stuff boiling, He pulls everything off. He pulls out the egg, and the way he broke it down, he goes to describe. He asked her, how will you respond? And this is my question, how do you respond to situations, whether it be in business or life? How do you take on things? If you think about the egg, when you boil an egg, it goes from a soft inside to being hardened when you pull it out of boiled water. It hardens. If you think about a potato, which is hard, and when you stick it in boiling water, guess what it does? It softens. And when you think about coffee beans, you stick those hard shell coffee beans, the coffee beans dissolve and they change. In our life and situations and business situations that we have, we face many different things, and it's all in the perspective of how do you take things? Okay, how do you respond to things? When you have a situation, perhaps, and I'll put this in the business aspect, a lot of people get frustrated when people come into the organization and they don't do anything, or they quit. Understand that when people join the business, nobody's on the same level. You'll have veterans that come in and join new business, and you'll have newbies that come in and just need direction, completely new, that don't know what to do. So that's why they need that guidance and the lead. But so many people get upset at the way that other people do things and say things, and you have to ask yourself, how will I respond? How do you respond to those type of things? If somebody comes into your organization and they quit, yeah, it's frustrating. Especially, it can be frustrating if you're allowed to frustrate you. Okay, but will you be like that egg? Will you get hardened? Will you go from that soft shell and harden up like that egg and get real firm and stuff like that? So the next person that comes along, it kind of makes an effect where it affects your business, where you're not really paying attention, and you get to the point when you're like that egg, you expect people to quit. You harden. You get real hard. Your heart gets hard, and you just like, you know what? I can't stand people like that. You can't be like that in your business. Will you be like that potato, where you're kind of nonchalant about it, and you don't know what to do with it? You just like, somebody comes into your organization, they quit, and you just like, and then you depressed. You're upset, but you take it in more of a depressed state where you just kind of sit back and you relax, and you just don't know what to do. You're just like, oh man, what am I gonna do about it? Okay, there we go, I'm back. And so you soften. Things get softened up. You soften like that potato. You start hard as a rock. You just imagine going out, joining the company, and you going so hard, and you're not getting the results you do. You get those people, and they quit, and they walk away, and all of a sudden, you just go into, you go into pity mode when you act like that potato that softens up. Or will you be like the coffee? The coffee, when it goes in hard as a rock. But guess what? Situations get tough. That boiling water. Think about it. Each one of them go through the fire. Each one of them that boiling water is the tough time. It's that trying time. You ever stuck your hand in something that was hot and you knew it was hot? What it is, it hurts. That's that painful. That's that pain that you're going through. That's that pain. And when you think about the egg that goes in soft and goes in that you're going through that painful part, that burning sensation, that harm, it seems like it, and you have to adapt and you harden. You got that potato that starts off hard, and you go through that boiling water, and it hurts. What's going on, Jason? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you hopping on. And as a potato, you start to soften up, and you just like, oh man, and you just kind of nonchalant, and you don't know what to do. You become depressed, and even to that point where you almost quit. Or will you be like that coffee, and go get past the circumstances and adapt? See, coffee is the one thing that you want to become. How will you respond to things? You want to respond like that coffee, because that coffee comes in hard, but guess what it does? It begins to change, and it adapts to the situation. And guess what? Eventually, when it comes out, who's on top? The coffee. Okay? You don't change your state of mind. It may have changed its physical form. It may have changed it. Like an egg is still the same size. A potato is still the same size. Coffee beans that go into boiling water, they are no longer the same size. It changes its form, but it adapts. And guess what? It becomes one of the most beautiful things you can take. I mean, and the reason being I say most beautiful, because when you think about something that adapts to its environment, now, of course, I'm not talking about like the temperature that I talk about when I talked about the thermostat and the thermometer, but when you adapt through your hardships, through your situations, in other words, you made it through. You transition through where you want to go in life. Okay, like I said, those three things. And that story really resonated with me when I heard it on the Doug Firebaugh show. It really did. Because once again, like I say, and for those of you all just happen to be hopping on, I kind of reiterate what I was talking about on that show. A daughter was having a complicated time, a frustrating time, and she went to her dad, told him about what's going on. The dad put three pots of boiling water on the stove, or 3 pots of water, and he boiled them. One he sat in egg, one he sat in potato, and one he sat in coffee beans. Okay, so the question that comes, how do you respond? The egg, which had a soft inside, hardened. And a lot of times when you go through hardships in your life, a lot of people harden up. You give up on things. It frustrates you easy. It makes you frustrated. When your first response is to get mad, when something happens in your life, you're like that egg. You begin to harden. I've had situations in my life where things have been done to me where I get to the point where it actually makes me mad and stuff like that. And it's something that even now I'm still adapting and changing to kind of be less like that. The potato, when you put in the water, it goes in hard. But as it goes through that hardship, like I said, that boiling water is painful. People have felt boiling hot water before, and it burns, it hurts. That's that pain that you're going through at the time. When you put that potato in there, it goes from its hard position, this hard state, to a softened state. It softens up. Those are the people that go through fire and they end up depressed. They sit back and, oh, woe is me. They become sequential to their circumstances, if I could say. How do I word that? They become victim to their circumstances. They use their circumstances as a reason for quitting, or for not accomplishing something. Oh man, I couldn't do it because of this, that, and all of a sudden they're down and they're out, and it's hard to get those people back up. But the coffee goes in its original state. Those coffee beans, they're hard, and guess what? They adapt to the atmosphere. They make it through their fire, and they have a story to tell. They have a testimony to tell by the time those coffee beans make it through that water. They change the water, and in turn, they actually change what's around them. That's a direct referral to what I was talking about with the thermostat and the thermometer. Coffee beans, when they go into boiling water, they don't just adapt. See, the egg adapts. The egg is still in the same form, still in the same shape, but it hardens up in that water, still in the same shape. The potato keeps its same form and same shape, but it softens up. The coffee beans, they make everything around them adapt. They change what's around them, and they come out on top because they learn how to adapt to the hardships and stuff that they go through. When you're doing in life and in business, all that kind of stuff, you got to figure out ways to adapt the situation. If you got an organization or a business where you got a lot of people that's not having the results, or they're quitting on you, or people aren't joining you, evaluate what it is that you're doing. It really takes a matter. I did that in my business on June 22nd when I decided I'm going for the 90-day life change, which I'm still in. It's almost over. I think I'm at day 75, 76 right now. I got to go back and look. But it's made I sat back and I had to look at what I was doing. And it's the same thing I refer to other people that don't get the results that they do. Look at what you're doing. Find out what it is that you're doing in your business and learn to change that. If you're not getting the results that you want, learn to change that. Okay? I hope y'all can hear me well. I think I was covering up my mic. I'm not sure. And it goes for anybody else. Have somebody else look at what you're doing. A lot of times, some people, you're too afraid to ask. It's okay to ask. Like, look, hey, I've got my website over here. I'm not too sure if I've got this set up right. Can you take a look at it? Let me know what you think. Or can you see anything that's wrong? It could be misspelled words. They could be broken links that don't work. It could be a picture that's not coming up, something that's not connecting, a photo that's not, whatever it may be. Ask for somebody else to take a look. Get a second pair of eyes. Get a second pair of eyes. Because and that's just for an example. If you got things that's not working, you have to evaluate what's not going on. And once you get through those trying times, it's starting a business, growing in life, period. It's a life lesson that has to be learned. There are a lot of things that need to be learned in life and in business itself. But the question is, how will you respond? Will you be the egg? Will you be the potato? Or will you be the coffee beans? All right, so that is one thing that I want to put in your mind. That I told you this week, I want you thinking. I'm going to bring some things to you to make you think. I really want it in your head. What's going on, Miss Pam? The wonderful Miss Pam. Great to see you. Appreciate you hopping on. But I love working with mindset things. If you can have all the tools in the world to grow your business, but if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the right mindset, you can end up being just like that egg or that potato. And catch the replay. Yeah, you're gonna have to catch that replay. I appreciate you though. But that was my message for today. Just kind of go over it. How do you respond to things? There was a story that I heard on the Doug Fireball podcast that I ended up going through, and it really resonated with me well, and I really wanted to share that story with you all. But it's made a difference in my life, but it's made a difference in my business. When you look at that, I don't necessarily look at it all from a business standpoint. I mean, you can look at that. You can look at that same situation from that story, and think about a life situation that you may be going through, whether it's with a loved one, a spouse, or whatever it may be. Perhaps someone having marital problems. It's hard to communicate. When you communicate, you find yourself arguing. When somebody says something that irritates you, just puts you over the edge. As soon as it doesn't have to be a huge brawl or anything like that, but they could say the smallest thing that kind of tips you off. How will you respond? Do you adapt can you adapt to the situation in a matter where you change the atmosphere? Can you make it to where people want to be around you? See, you don't find too many people that'll chew on coffee beans, but you will find plenty of people that'll drink the coffee. Why? Because it changed. You want to be that coffee bean, change the things around you. Okay? All right, so that was my message for today. Once again, apply that to your life, to your business, anything you come in contact with. There are going to be hard times. You're going to go through that boiling water time in your business. If you're watching this and you're going through this right now, understand you cannot harden your heart. You cannot harden your situation. Eggs harden. And they don't change a thing. They keep that same shape. If you're going through a hard time in your business or in your life right now, don't be the egg where you started a soft state and you harden up. Okay? If you're going through a tough time, don't be the potato where you start off hard and soften, go into a depressed state, sit back and like you can't go into pity mode. Oh, woe is me. You cannot do that. Guess what? That situation won't go away. But when you adapt and you change the things around you, it's up to you to change your surroundings. You decide whether which one you want to be, the egg, the potato, or the coffee beans. You decide. You needed that. I'm glad you did, man. And I really hope it resonates with you as well, just like it did me. But it's up to you to adapt. It's up to you to change your surroundings. It's up to you to make that difference. All right. So if this was of value to you, I ask that you please throw me a few likes. Any comments that you have, I respond to this thing. I'm responding to every last one of y'all, even the beautiful Miss Pam. I appreciate you. And there is a button down at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. I ask that you share this. Because like I said, this week I'm speaking from a standpoint that really gets you to thinking. I want you thinking in life and in business. So I'm going to touch on a couple of different ones. So I ask that you share this thing out if this was of value. At the end of this thing, you're going to see a button that says notifications. Make sure you cut on those notifications. And under that follow button on your Facebook, you could also hit see me first. See first. So any blogs that I begin to put up, the newsletter, and if you're not on my newsletter already, hop on that thing, man. Successwithlyndon.com. I got it set up where there's a pop-up that's gonna come up that say join and add me to your newsletter. Jump on my newsletter. I do inspirational newsletters that actually give tips and mindset tricks to be able to help you grow your business as well. So successwithlyndon.com. Throw in your information, hop on my newsletter. You'll be glad you did, because I got some great things to share with you. All right, so appreciate your time. Today wasn't a join my business type of thing, or I can help you. If you need help in your business, you can connect with me anyways. You can send me a message. You can check me out on successwithlyndon.com. There's several ways to contact and communicate with me. Like I said, hop on my newsletter, send me a message, whatever it may be able to help you grow your business, stuff like that. But this week, I really want to get in your head and start helping you change and develop into that entrepreneur, into that better person, into that better man, that better woman, whatever it is that you try to become, that better business person, that better husband, that better wife, that better student in college, if you happen to be in college and you're watching this. I want you this week, I'm focusing on helping you get the mindset to improve your state of mind. And today it was how you respond. So appreciate your time one more time. Ask that you like, share this thing out. And if this was of value, appreciate it. Throw me a few likes and make sure you cut on notifications. All right. So y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you all tomorrow. And Tipsy too. Got another great one for you. And this one, I would have loved to have been sitting down listening to this tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and I will see y'all later.